Hello, hello. In this video, I will demonstrate how I use printing from old magazines to create interesting pages for junk journals. In fact, the pages themselves are old magazines. I'm Laura from the Queen of Mirth, and I'm having a really good time doing what I love. So let's get started. This is a junk journal that I just made, and it's a black and white theme. I don't know if that's a theme, but it's certainly what it is. Everything in here is black or white. And I got the idea for a black and white journal from Shannon Green, who I was watching, and she's quite interested in black and white journals, and I looked at hers and I thought to myself, I have to make one for myself. So thank you, Shannon, for inspiring me. And I'm going to put a link to Shannon's channel in the description box below. Anyway, let's get on with it. I've decided to do this. This is okay. It's with this particular page. This page is a page from a magazine that I just simply ripped out of the old magazine and put in here and into my journal. And I'm going to use this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to leave some of the words, take them away, and create kind of a new idea or a new thought when we look at the page. Now, I want to, because the pages are all different sizes and everything, it's really important to put something under my work because I don't want glue getting on everything on the other pages. And I want to be able to see myself. So it says, if all the world's a stage, then we have the performance schedule. Well, I'm going to have a different sentiment. So I'm simply going to say, all the world's a stage. I thought of saying, we have the performance schedule, but that doesn't even make sense to me. And the Shakespearean idea of all the world's a stage is pretty universal, and it's one that I find intriguing. So what I'm going to do is I'm simply going to block off all of the rest of the page so that all the world's a stage will be the only thing that is seen. And in order to do that, I'm going to use one of my favorite techniques for journaling or junk journaling, and that is I'm taking all these, not all of them, but I'm going to take these snippets from old magazines where I have simply snipped out the typography, the print, and I'm going to block off everything except what I want to remain seen. And I think it'll look pretty good. I really like this kind of look anyway. So let's get on with it. I need a piece of paper to do my gluing out now. And the only things I'm going to use, the only thing necessary for this job is some glue, or you can use paste if you like, but I don't want the bubbling that occurs. So I'm using Elmer's Craft Bond Extra Strength, and it should be pretty good. And I have two pairs of scissors, a large one and a little one. I'll probably only use the big one. And I think that's all I need, other than the old magazines. So, okay. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to explain that what we're going to have is all different kinds of type in black and white going around the words. And I like it best, I think it looks best, if the typography is facing different directions. So I'm going to put this piece here, and I've got it lined up on the edge of the paper, and then I'm just going to trim it this way. Now for a burnishing tool, I just simply use the lid of my glue stick. It works very well. You could use the side of your scissors. A lot of people do that. I like the glue stick thing. Or you can have a little bone folder or something. Okay. This is the same as the last one, so let's do something different. And I want some of the words I want to face down, some up, some to the right, and some to the left. And I want them in different sizes. And I don't want any super large words or alphabet letters because I don't want a distraction from the sentiment that we're leaving. Okay? So we'll just do it this way. This is the method of gluing where you get glue on your hands a lot. And yes, I do that. But I don't want to right now because I don't want to have to leave halfway and go wash my hands because I'm too sticky. Okay, all the world's a stage. Should I leave the... Okay, well, no, that's a comma, not a period. So we'll cover that up too. Now, you might wonder what kinds of words are on these pages, and basically I don't know that much about it, but I know that they're all, you know, there's nothing really controversial because of the kind of magazines it was. It's mostly book reviews, stuff like that, or recipes, or lists of stores where people can go buy things. So it doesn't really matter what page I use for this one. I bet you can't see me doing the glue part, so I'll try to do one where you can. I mean, I'm just gluing it the way anybody else would anyway. But now I don't want it getting right in the crack where I have the thread where I sewed the book together. I just don't. So I'm making sure that there's a little space between the crack and the papers that I'm gluing. Now for this junk journal, it doesn't really matter if I even cut into the page a bit, because the page is crooked anyway to start with. I don't know if you can see, but it is. And that was semi-deliberate. Okay, all the world's a stage. So, for example, this part here I would not use, heavenly cooking with tea, because that would compete with all the world's a stage. I just want typing or typography that will really blend in. Now I like this one because the typing is so small. There's no possibility that I could even read it with my glasses on. It's so tiny. And the other thing is that aesthetically it's better if the pages, or if the typing is in faces different directions. I'm just going to snip this here. See, I'm just doing it. I said I'd show you. It's nothing particularly outstanding about how I glue. Just make sure that I get the corners and all of the edges, and then I make a bunch of lines on them in the middle. And then when putting it down on the paper, I start to put it down in, oh dear, what did I do? Oh, here, is this, no, I've lost my stick it in pad paper. We'll have to get a different one. I'll just use this. It's another scrap paper I have here. It's not funny. Oh, I see it, but it's okay. It's too late. So, I will position this. And then putting it down, I like to start in the middle and go towards the outsides. Any air bubbles that happen to be in there might get thrown out or might go away, and definitely it bonds well. And the other important thing when gluing, I'm sure everybody knows this, is to make sure you've got the corners and the sides. Nice. To me. I like this kind of look, the patchwork printing. I think it's pretty cool, and it's especially nice with all the different kinds of printing. Now this one I'll put upside down because the one right below it is right side up. And another way of telling, like if I actually fold it on here on the end like that, then I can just cut it here and I might not have to trim it. Good. I actually use this as this type of thing, what I'm doing right now, I often will use it as a background. I'll do a whole page of it, and then I'll put some collaged images over top, and they tend to almost, I mean they always actually, I shouldn't say almost always, I can't think of a time when it didn't look okay. It's pretty good background. It's kind of subtle, but it's very interesting, and yet it doesn't take away from the primary images. Like these will be the primary images, or these words are, and but this won't take away from it, which is cool. I want to just now this one's upside down to me right now, so I'm going to make this one go the other way, right side up. And it's going to have a little trimming, but that's fine. Yeah, I really enjoy this. There's so many things we can do with the old magazines. I feel like a kid again. When I was a small child, my mother would always give me her, like say when I was 4 and 5 and that sort of thing. My mom would always give me her old magazines when she'd finished with them, and I used to make paper dolls and cut out the pictures that I liked. And I had a scrapbook, which is exactly what a glue book is, and back then it was called a scrapbook. And I had these scrapbooks, and I'd cut out the images that I really liked and glue them into this book. I find I'm doing exactly the same thing with the glue books, and cutting these out, it just reminds me of that. And it reminds me of a positive time in my life when my mom, when I was a preschooler, and my mom gave me these little opportunities to be creative. And I would just sit there and do this stuff. I had my own little scissors and whatever. It was fun. So this time I'm going to put it sideways. And there we are. Now see, we're just about completely finished. Didn't take too long. And it's interesting. It's nice for my little junk journal, my black and white one. Now I don't like this huge space here, you know, so I'm going to fill it. And also, it's okay to overlap the typography. In fact, it's fine. So actually, no, and you might think that, or some of you might think that I'm not being precise enough with my cutting and that sort of thing. Like, I'm just simply using the scissors and cutting and pasting, pretty much like I did when I was 4, and having just as good a time. And it doesn't matter, but if you're a person who likes things to be more precise, and you know, to do sort of, you know, to have your lines really straight and everything, you know, use a little paper cutter or something. Just do what you want to do and what sings to your soul with art, and then things are going to work out for you, artistically speaking. You know, and just keep at it. So here we have it. I think I'm done. And you know, I like it. So this is one of the pages of this particular journal, which is my black and white junk journal. And I'm starting to fill it up, actually. I'm starting to use it. And this will be one of the pages. I like it. It says something. Oh, I haven't really finished until I trim this. It says, all the world's a stage. And I don't know if that's true, all the world's a stage, but it's something that makes me think. I can think about it. It's something that Shakespeare wrote. And, you know, that all the world's a stage and that we are only players. What do you think about that? Do you think that all the world's a stage? I'm just not sure. Sometimes yes, maybe, and sometimes no. This, by the way, I'm just giving you a very quick look at the book, because you might want to see. And like I say, everything is black and white. Oh, yeah, it was a really good idea that I got. Once again, I got that idea from Shannon Green's channel. And oh, the other thing is this one. She's so beautiful. It's something that was painted, I think. I think it's a painting, not a sculpture, but I'm not 100% sure. By the French the French artist Ingres, and it's really beautiful, but I kind of feel like I want to cover her up. You know, it's not my style in a way. Like I don't know. Like, what do you think? Do you think I should cover her up? If you have an opinion on that, let me know in the comments. I kind of think I will cover her up. And yeah, here's the one that I just did. And this is the whole book, pretty much. It's all like this. Look at the kitty. And this is a beautiful Art Nouveau piece. This is scrapbook paper. This is old ads for corsets. This is just a piece of paper sitting here waiting to be used. And yeah, this is the thing. I actually love it. I'm really happy with this. Oh, this is Elizabeth Taylor, and I chose this. It's from a really old magazine. I chose the image of Elizabeth Taylor because her dog looks exactly like my dog that I don't have anymore. My dog left this world about 2 months ago, and it's so sad, and I think about him all the time. And when I saw this, I thought, oh, I want to put this in my black and white book. So I did. Well, thank you very much for watching, and I hope I see you again, or I hope you see me again, I guess. And please subscribe to my channel and press the like button if you like this video. Take care, and I wish you all the very, very best that life has to offer you. Thank you. Bye.